Hey, what's happening, everyone? Welcome to a deadlift session, long delayed. Now, was it Langston Hughes, a dream deferred? Is this a deadlift deferred? Maybe it is. I don't even know what that means. Seriously, all I've got to say is, holy hell, the last 2 weeks have been absolute hell. You guys have now seen, hopefully read, and have the gist of the extended deadlift waveforms post. I'll link that blog and the video associated with that blog below, as well as a deadlift video from Instagram that is so much better than what you're seeing in this video. I digress. Anyways, that extended deadlift waveforms, yeah, that's what's happening right now. That's the focus of my training. Like I said last time I had a training video, what was it, 3 years ago now? Holy hell, it's been too long. But the goal was to get strong enough to deadlift heavy. That's the goal. In order to do that, a number of things had to happen first. Extended deadlift wave formulas. That got published. VDIP, volume dependent intensity progression, was supposed to come along with it. However, a lot of new information, new revelations have come about, and I gotta edit that post. I gotta include some stuff, but it's gonna be flippin' amazing. So keep your eyes peeled on the blog for that. There's going to be tons of content coming out this winter just in time for Christmas. Thanksgiving to all of you for subscribing, liking, commenting, spreading the good word of the GZCL method. So, back on track here, these deadlifts. Really excited about this session because I made it all the way through. Kind of bummed on the way the deadlifts went, but I got a very good reason to explain. Give me a chance. Hear me out. Okay, so the gym looks a little bit different, and the feng shui is 1,000 times better. It's basically an iron temple, whereas before it was kind of like the 7th layer of hell dungeon iron pit. It was cool to train in sometimes, but other times it was a damn ninja warrior obstacle course trying to not get knocked out by my own training equipment, ducking, dodging, and weaving through all that madness. Could not have a good string of training sessions when you're almost getting knocked out by an Ohio power bar. As a result of that, dismantled the entire gym. Took it all apart, cut things down with the freaking circular saw, all kinds of stuff. Went full on Tim Allen, Home Depot, home improvement on the gym. This is 500 for a triple. The Instagram video in the description box below. Also 500 for a triple that I did a little bit before this, maybe the week before. 1,000 times better. This is monstrous. I'm lucky that tire is there hiding my nasty positioning. But the whole day and night before this, I was dismantling, rearranging, and reassembling this gym. The unfortunate reality of living in a cabin that's about 100 years old is the ceilings are kind of low. And while good for me being a midget, it's not good for training equipment. So rather than just slide it on over to the other side, had to take that whole thing apart, put it all back together again, figure out a way to dismantle and cut up my mats and former training deadlift platform, which was really in a shitty position because it wasn't level. I tried to level it out. It wasn't working out. Caused a couple of very bad deadlift sessions to happen. I just gave up, thus creating the need to rearrange the gym. So after going full-blown Home Depot on the home gym, came up with a system that works pretty well. All these mats, everything is stacked up pretty high because I have no understanding of why Elite FTS set those crossbars up so high in this squat rack. If that's my one complaint, it's now that. Lower those damn crossbars, guys. How the hell are you supposed to be doing deadlifts in a rack like this when the bar is going to keep the weights like 4 inches off the floor? Come on. Y'all should know better. Anyways, home gym rant aside, that nightmare happened, and I survived it, and this is the first training session in the newly set up and a very beautiful home gym, I might add. The flow here is amazing. I absolutely love it. It gives me free access to the fireplace too. That's going to be featured in the video soon. What you're seeing now, legs up bench, aka the booby builder, This stuff is just amazing for pectoral engagement, at least I feel. For me, it just gives me a much better feeling in my chest. So if you're having a hard time doing that with your bench, then try a legs up bench. A lot of my clients have reported the same thing. Use this legs up bench, build those boobies, but also focus on the control of the bar. If you got a fast eccentric, this is going to slow you down because you cannot move fast if your control sucks. Touched on that a little bit in the Deadlift Waveforms blog that was mentioned earlier. It is linked below. Got to keep those different elements of quality in mind as you lift. And all that being said, if you want to have a successful training plan, it's only going to be as successful as your average workout. So if you think about that, you need to make sure you're building success into your training plan. This might mean starting just a little bit light in the beginning to allow for some form tweaks, adjustments, going hard on AMRAPs if you have the energy and not going hard on them at all if you haven't got the energy. But the gist is, you give yourself some time to adjust to this new training plan. You build in success, allow yourself to PR on a few things here or there, and the average level of success across your training days is going to go up. And as a result, you're going to have a better training cycle. So that's just one way to think at your training plan when you're thinking about these things long term. A lot of times we have a habit to just plan out 1 or 2, 3 to 4 week cycles at a time and lose vision on the long-term goal, maybe qualifying for nationals. You have the goal, which means getting stronger, but you got to have a training plan that gives you a clear way to accomplish that. So just keep these things in mind as you read the blogs, as you watch through these training videos. This is my first training session with the extended deadlift wave formulas plan built in to my training plan. So that's where I've got my main lift focus, the main goal of my training plan. The one thing I want to make sure I accomplish is improving my deadlift. And I'm going to do this in a safe way that's going to take me from pulling normal stance with no belt, and I was using straps on that day because I'd been using a bunch of hand tools and my hands were tired, but otherwise I would not use straps. I want to just limit myself as much as possible and stick to the basics and dial in that form early on. So putting all the focus on the technical expertise of the lift. From there, after that's gone up pretty good, I'm going to test that limit by phasing myself into a T1 focused paused deadlift cycle. So that's where I'll work up to a 3 rep max of paused deadlifts, and then the back offsets are all going to be paused as well, and the AMRAP, rather than being a rep out, will just be held in that pause position for as long as possible. I joked about that today with a client of mine, so maybe that's as long as possible for those paused AMRAPs. But yeah, that's kind of the plan there, is focus on the technical aspect of the lift and then really build in some testing element of it. The heavy pause work is going to be legit, but I'm looking forward to it. So those will be the first 2 cycles that I'll plan out. And then in the training plan going beyond that is building up the speed. Since I've got my technical expertise dialed in, I can then start going real fast, and then I get to handle the heavy weights. That's the idea of the training plan. You just saw day 1. Thanks for subscribing. Hope you liked the video. Make sure you read those blog posts, watch the videos, learn the stuff, ask the questions in the comments box below. Thanks for watching.